Well, hello everybody. Happy 2023.
Hi.
Guess what it's time for?
It's time for another trip announcement.
Trip unveil. This will be our first overseas trip since before COVID, which is right at 3 years. Way too long, but we are finally going to be hopping back across the pond here in a couple of months, about 2.5 months from now, to some several countries actually. None of these that either one of us have been to before. We've been to the continent, obviously, but not to any of the countries.
I'm pretty excited. I've never been to this area of the world before, and I'm really looking forward to exploring it.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse my voice.
But yes, we'll go ahead and get right to it. Go ahead and show us the cover page. I do the trip binder.
The Balkans.
Balkans. Eastern Europe. Yeah, I've been to Western Europe and Central Europe, but not like the eastern part with all these very small countries right along the Adriatic known as the Balkans.
And what's interesting is most of my family, like generations back, is from Eastern Europe. So I think I might be able to learn something about my ancestors along the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this will be a pretty cool trip. This is a 10-day trip. 12 days altogether, of course, with the flights and all that. It takes a day to fly there, a day to fly home.
I honestly haven't looked in this much, but I'm getting pretty excited about this.
If you flip into the first page there, I got like a more detailed map somewhere. Yeah, past
just
all.
woke up like an hour ago. I'm on night shift these days.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, don't mind me.
Next page. Yeah, there's the more detailed. And this is a travel company that we haven't used before. It's called Travel Talk. They're actually based out of the United Kingdom. So I found a really good itinerary that goes just like this. Starts out in Bulgaria, Sofia, and then it kind of goes up and around all through the different countries. Up and around through Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, Bosnia, and all them places. Macedonia. But yeah, it's going to be a very fast-paced trip. Looks like on there, yeah, we only got one night in each city. Then we go on to the next place. There's one, I think you get 2 nights. Everything else is just a single night. But nice thing about the Balkans, though, is they're very close together. So I think the longest road trip we have is 2 hours on most days. I think the longest is 4 hours. Everything else is like 2.5. So yeah, it's very close together. And so yeah, it's fast-paced, but we'll be able to see a lot at the same time because of the short travel distances between everything. But yeah. And just reading over the trip notes there. Yeah, there's got 10 pages.
I was looking at the hotels, and most of them are 4 stars.
Yeah, most are 4 stars. I think there's actually a 5-star in there somewhere. We got a pretty good price on this trip as well.
Yeah, I'll say. It was on sale when you got it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on sale, and I believe I just checked the other day. Our departure day, and I think the one after it, are already fully booked. So I'm glad we booked this when we did, because yeah, you see a lot for in a short amount of time for a very good price. So we can't wait.
Oh wow! Lunch at a restaurant for one person is usually $7 to $10. As dinner is like 12 to 15.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
That's about standard. Yeah.
Sounds about like what it is in the U.S.
But yeah, I'm excited to get back over to Europe. There's so much to see over there, a lot of history, and especially in Eastern Europe. But yeah, the flights and all that, managed to find a pretty good itinerary out of Louisville for a pretty good price, going up from Louisville to Chicago, O'Hare over to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt over into Sofia in Bulgaria, and then the same route coming back. As far as wide-body aircraft, I think from O'Hare over to Frankfurt, we're on a United 787 Dreamliner, and then coming back Frankfurt back to O'Hare, I managed to find a flight on a Lufthansa Boeing 747, which are extremely rare to get on nowadays. I believe Lufthansa and Korean Air are the only passenger airliners remaining to where you can fly on a 747. So get on them while you can, if you can, because they are phasing them out very quick. So that's our flights itinerary. Everything else is the A320s and Embraers, I believe. So
I'm reading about the international foods.
Oh yeah, Angie's
I
the
like
the foodie, and between us, try all the food.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that no matter where I go, if there's somewhere different that we're going, I like to try like the local food or just ask the locals.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why I'm like that.
yeah.
I
That's the
like-
best way you can find out where the best places are. Is ask the locals. Of course, we'll be in the
Yeah.
group as well.
I like traveling through
Yeah,
tasting.
yeah.
I just
Kind of like the
love
culinary tour we did in Hungary
yeah.
a few years ago as well. Hungary, I think, is the most eastern we've been. Everything else I've been to the west, but these will be like more down the Balkan coast. So
Seats. Oh, weather and climate.
yeah, weather and climate looks good. I think it's going to be about mid 60s when we're going. We'll be the end of April, early May.
Perfect.
So perfect weather.
Works for me. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't like being cold on trips.
Yeah.
I hate that. I also don't like being burning up either. So
yeah, a little bit of.
that's
mix. I
a
think
middle
the
ground.
group size I think is about I read like 35, 40 people in the group.
Oh my god.
And then, yeah. And then the transportation will be buses between all the hotels and cities and all that stuff when we go. And probably a couple of tour guides that'll give us recommendations as well as the bus driver and all that. But we'll find out more about that when we actually get there with
So-
all that.
I will not be taking a suitcase. If anybody has any advice or tips on those like carry-on backpacks, I'm looking at getting one of those for the trip.
Yeah, then you don't have to check it either.
It kind
Which
of
is
looks
even better.
like one of those
You just carry on.
carry-on bags, but it has backpack straps and it has one of those USB ports on the side. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
have any tips or tricks, let me know.
Yeah, I'll be taking my probably my backpacker's bag that I brought on my previous trips. On the cruises, I usually just bring a suitcase because you only have to unpack once on a cruise. With this being a land-based tour and all the moving around we're going to be doing, I'm going to be bringing probably my backpacker's bag. It's easy to get into and move around. Since we'll
Currency
be-
exchange.
Yeah, currency exchange, a lot of different currencies.
7
Yeah,
to be exact.
yeah, seven new countries.
We have the leva, the dinars, marks,
Yeah.
the kunas, the euros. Well, we've done euros before. The
Yeah.
leeks and the dinars again.
Yeah, Macedonia, Albania, Croatia, Bosnia, and Serbia, and Bulgaria.
Interesting.
So yeah, well, of course, a lot of these places probably take cards anymore, but we'll have to see what they recommend for cash when we get there. But I'll bring some U.S. currency just in case, like I usually do. But yeah, lots of new passport stamps on the way as well. So yes, cannot wait. We'll be here before we know it. We're heading to the
Yes.
Balkans. Yeah, this is a trip
Yes,
I've been
we
trying
are.
to do for a few years, but obviously COVID and all that's kind of put a halt to stuff. But
Yeah, I'm not in YouTube much, but I do put a lot of stuff like my travel photos and documentation on Facebook. I recently got TikTok, so you
Oh,
might
yeah.
see some of that on there.
yep. But yep, here we go. Off to the Balkans, everybody. Woo!